ladies and gentlemen, and others of non-specific religion or creed.
Yes. Thank you for joining us on Killer Collab Podcast. My name is Tone Deaf from Florida, Tony D. To my far left, we have Mr. Chris Lato.
Yo.
Whoa.
Yo.
Man of many words. Man of many words.
Yo.
Joe Davison.
Yo. Yep, that's who I am. RedGearStudios.com.
Dun dun dun.
You never promote it.
Yeah, I don't.
I know.
It's in the description below.
It isn't, though.
He doesn't
Yes, it
promote
is, though.
anything.
No one wants to look at that shit. They want to hear about it. RedGearStudios.com.
Well, talk about Talk about it. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Why don't you see no T-shirt with red gear?
Well,
See what happened was.
All right.
See what happened was.
Well, see, look, you're promoting all of that.
This is my company.
Yeah.
This is my company right here.
All right.
My name's on the back. See?
That's cool. Yeah. So check it out. RedGearStudios.com. Better than two-step.
Joe, do you know who Clayton Kershaw is?
Is he a football player? He sounds like a quarterback.
Sounds like a baseball player.
Yeah, he sounds like a wide receiver.
You're wearing the hat that the team he plays for.
No, this is
You're a
just an
big
LA
fan.
hat.
This doesn't have the Major League Baseball logo
No,
on
this
the
is
back?
not a fucking
Oh, okay.
sports hat.
Okay.
So is this a Jay-Z hat? What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony got his Jay-Z hat.
yeah. You're like on me about some team. This is just the town LA. Like if I was wearing a Tampa hat, would you be like, "Yo, Tom Brady"?
It's so weird. It looks exactly like the LA Dodgers.
I don't care
logo.
about any of that.
Interesting.
Well, it is though. But still.
Yeah, sure. That's not why I'm wearing it. I don't give a fuck about that.
Joe hates
And
sports,
Joe, we have
so
a
I
guest
always razz him
in the
about it.
studio today.
Yeah, speaking of sports, I don't know.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with them. Like this conversation. Yeah. Hi, sir. Welcome. We have Mr. Bryan Williams, a writer, director, cinematographer, and
He does
what
that
is your
thing.
official
All-around
title
nice
for
guy.
Sunscreen Film Festival?
I am director of development and marketing.
Chore boy.
Yeah.
Welcome to
nice.
the show, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. What do you do? What do you like? What do you?
Long walks on the beach.
Long walks on the beach and
Holding hands
I
with
like
Joe
to
Davidson.
lather myself up in oil. You know?
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Do you skip?
Like
Welcome
I
to the
said
show.
before,
Yeah, it's Florida. We're all lubed up.
we all looped up. No.
In this damn room, we're all lubed up.
No,
I
it's
mean,
been
it's because
sauna.
it's hot, not because we're lubed up.
yeah, it's all looped up.
Speak for
now.
yourself.
No, but it's been really cool. Just developing everything. But I met Joe years ago. Like I want to say like almost like 10 years. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, ever since Golden Corral put the restraining order out on me.
Yeah. And we
That's-
couldn't go there.
You're right. Brian found me there. I was in the rib cage, like barbecue ribs. I was just sitting in it.
Okay.
Brian was working at the Golden
Yeah,
Corral
he was
trying
like,
to
"Sir,
get
you
Joe
have to
out.
leave."
You go now.
Get out of the chocolate fountain.
And then he realized
Been here
if
for
he
an
threw a
hour.
pork chop, I would head towards the door.
Like, and I attracted him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he had a point.
And then he's like,
Come on.
yeah, there you go. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm a film director. Covered in barbecue sauce.
That just reminds me of South Park.
Yeah, all right.
It really does. No, we met like 10 years ago.
More than that, man. It's 2022.
Uh,
We would have met in, let's see, 10 years ago would put us in what?
2012?
2012?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
about
okay,
right.
so
Yeah.
it was roughly around 2012 because at that time you were running the Florida Film Network.
Yeah.
And
well, it
you
was
met
mine.
me. So I was just now coming out of the Jolt program,
Right.
and
Which
then
I was a part of.
so that you was a part of.
Teacher, yeah.
That was when the first time you actually saw me.
Yeah.
But then I went off to school. I went to the Art Institute,
Right.
and then you
Well, I
saw
saw
me
you
again.
a few times.
You saw me a few
For
times.
different
there.
things. You were out. You made it out to like a couple screenings or something. And I
Yeah.
just kept seeing you everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
We had a studio.
yes.
We had a big ass 7,500 square foot studio. Remember that place?
Yeah. It's very huge.
Yeah.
Super huge.
That's when you came in and we were like, this is what I remember about you is you sat down. It was me and Jeremy,
Mhm.
I think Megan, and we're like, so, you know, what did you say? We said, you know, why do you want to work for us or something like that? And you were like, you tell me why I want to work for you or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah.
I was like, I like him already. I was like, fuck it, who cares? Yeah, so that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It really was. So
You were a wee baby.
yeah. Now I just turned 30. So,
Oh, wow.
Now he's a man.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man now. I got hair on my chest now, so
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera can actually see it.
I don't
Yeah.
even have hair on my
Yeah.
chest, so don't even worry about it.
I've had hair on my shit since I was
I'm
12.
actually hairless. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But that's called chemo.
Mine's a defensive mechanism. My hair just grows automatically if
Yeah.
I get scared.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's everywhere.
Well,
I'm like an X-Men, but not.
I'm hairless because I just beat cancer. Just saying.
All right,
Cancer.
okay. He just
Hey.
beat cancer, guys.
Hey,
You will
right
only
on,
hear
right
this.
on, right on. Yeah.
This
Anyway,
is the 18th
I'm gonna say it
time
every
he's
show.
brought it up. You brought it up a lot.
I'm gonna say it every
You
show.
called me last night just to say it and then hung
Well,
up.
we
You're like, I beat cancer, motherfucker. Click. I was like, man.
we did something else on the phone, but we don't want to talk about
Well,
Well,
it.
we played pool. What are you talking about?
It was the Scrabble game. Never mind.
Yeah, it was Words Up. Upwards.
Where's
Word Up.
your mind going? I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
Word Up is a new game I'm developing. It's only rap lyrics. You
Word
have
Up.
to finish the sentence. Word Up.
Nice.
You have to
Very
build it up, like you stack letters on top of other letters.
Or was it finish the line?
Yeah, finish the line. Yeah,
That'd be
Yeah.
good. That'd be good. Hey, let's
that's
do it.
it's a pretty good idea, right?
It is.
So like part of the lyric would be like, 6 a.m. motherfuckers paging. Like, how would you? What was Biggie Smalls? What's the opening of his? 6 a.m. People going off.
I'm a baby, so I barely
God
remember
damn.
some of his
Probably
stuff.
like, who the fuck
Yeah.
is Biggie Smalls?
Yeah.
What?
Well, who do you?
What?
Who do you listen to?
Ah, man. So, like, on my way over here, I was listening to Naughty by Nature.
Nice.
All right.
A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I
all
love,
right.
I love those guys.
Oh man, so you probably like,
Yeah, the 90s.
yeah, you like De La Soul probably.
De La Soul, yeah.
Fuck, I grew up on De La Soul.
Oh,
How about
man.
Talib Kweli? Talib
yes.
Kweli?
Yeah,
Wiz
yeah.
Khalifa.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, he's great.
Most
Khalifa
But
is
I
cool.
like the other stuff too because I'm really into like Biggie. I love Dr. They're not even connected, but like the
Biggie, Dr. Dre.
Dr.
I
Dre,
was more the
But-
LA.
Nas.
Right.
Nas is another one.
Nas, all of Wu Tang.
Queensbridge. What?
Yeah,
Growing up, Nas, like, I really got into Nas.
Queensbridge
because-
murderers.
I like Nas because when I was in martial arts, one of our bus instructors, like he would pick us up from the school, and like
Uh-huh.
he'll always
Go on.
he'll,
Do we
he'll
need to
always
get a
be playing
police
Nas.
officer?
And
Are you in a safe place?
I just remember like the flow, like
Yeah.
that he had.
Yeah.
it was really cool, and it's like, wow.
I like Immortal Technique.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, like
Do you like
Did you dance
Future?
with the devil?
You know what though? I have to. Okay, so a lot of people like pick on Future, but Future is actually he has his place in the industry right now.
he's actually Tyler.
You
the
want to hear a
Creator.
great story about Future?
Yeah.
that I just learned today. So, a long time ago, when Future was a little kid, he asked Scottie Pippen for an autograph, and Scottie Pippen turned him down and said no. 20 years later, Future fucked his wife, Scottie
Oh.
Pippen's wife, and caused their divorce.
Oh wow!
Get her done.
Wow.
That's funny.
You
Karma.
cannot say that talking about Future. You can't say
Why?
get her done.
Why not?
What is
Get her done.
what kind of message are you sending to the youth of America by mixing that redneck shit?
You know he doesn't really
In stereo.
You know he really doesn't talk like that, right? He just does that for commercial purposes. He actually talks pretty normal.
Are you defending
That's so
the
funny.
cable guy?
The Cable Guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Larry?
Cable Guy was like I used to
Larry,
love watching.
like
that
you
shit.
know him. Yeah, Larry, my fucking uncle. Yeah, I'm defending him, you piece of shit.
Fuck you guys, okay? Fuck you.
But you know what though? Like, okay, being African American, like I didn't know anything about like the Cable
Life,
Guy.
culture,
Yeah, but no, I knew about
or
culture.
how to read.
But you know what though? Like, but I knew thanks to being integrated into like a multicultural like neighborhood. I had a lot of like white friends. They
Where'd
were,
you
like-
grow up?
I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up actually in Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay.
So
It's like the whitest of the
Winter Haven,
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah, how did you not get shot just going outside one day?
because the area that I lived in, so it's all divided in different places and stuff. But where I
It's
grew
called
up in-
Winter Haven.
Yeah, Winter
It's
Haven.
literally white.
Yeah. No, Winter.
It's funny because they say Florida's a melting pot, but no, the coast is a melting
Yeah.
pot. The middle of Florida is redneck,
It's
like
southern. Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
Polk County.
backwoods.
I'm telling you, Polk County is
Polk's the worst.
it's a mixture.
Listen,
It's a mixture of
listen.
everything.
I don't want to be stereotypical Florida boy. I was born in Zephyr Hills. Lived here my whole life.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I lived in England for 4 years. And I lived in Alaska for a while.
Okay.
There's not a hotter girl than a Florida
Trailer park girl.
in cutoff shorts and a half shirt, running barefoot with her titties bouncing out. There's not a hotter girl on the planet than that girl.
Right.
Because I grew up in trailer parks with those girls. I've made out with those girls. We've gone into fucking beaver country, whatever you want to call it. Those are I can't help it.
I don't know. See, because where I grew up at in Polk County, like I grew up around the Southern Belle girl.
Oh,
And that got me in trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
That got me in trouble because I was the black kid. with the curly
stereotypical.
hair.
You're going after the Southern Bells, like I do declare, Papa, he's coming in from the yard. He's like, no daughter of mine gonna be with no.
But you know what though? I got shoo away a lot by a lot of their fathers. But
Yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah.
you can't.
How many of these Southern Bells did you ring? That's what I want to know.
It was
A
quite a
lot.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah,
Quite
I
a
bet.
few, man.
I
Quite a
bet.
few. But you know what though? It's like that area. Is
I've
such
only
a
known you
mixing pot.
10 years, and I've lost count. I didn't even know you before that, so
Oh boy.
yeah.
No, but the thing is that like
Hey, Brian's at the festival. He was. I saw him leaving. Yeah, I don't know. It was 3 white chicks took him, basically carrying him like a god to the island. I don't know what's happening out there, but that's where Brian's at.
Oh boy.
And then an hour
boy.
later, he's like, "Yo, what's up, guys? No, I'm fine. Nothing happened. What's going on?" I'll be like, "Yo, man, what are you doing?" And he sees another girl. And he's like, "Yeah, all right, I'll holler right at you, Joe." And then he's leaving again. I was like, "Oh, wow. Is that the mayor?" That's what I know about Brian.
Listen. At the I had my fun, and I was a wild kid, but I was a good kid at the same time.
Well,
so
I've been to some of these parties you were at, sir.
listen. It was wild. I mean,
Yeah.
we like to have fun. That's the main thing. Like the film industry, I will say that the one thing about our community that really gravitated me towards you is that like what you was doing with the Florida network.
Yeah.
Like it was pure, and it was people who were hungry about making film.
That's a prime example, though, of starting out with the greatest intentions.
Yeah.
And then it imploding in on itself
Right.
because
Yeah.
of the worst of intentions.
Turning out like Riri's.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's what happened with the Florida Film Network. The
Yeah.
Tampa Film Network became the Florida Film Network, but what happened was, they imploded on. I had to step away because they imploded on themselves. They were trying to stop films from getting made, and I'm like, the whole point of this network is to get movies made. And you're trying to stop this shit from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it
I don't
sucked.
know when that was. That was a long time ago.
It was, and it
It's like
sucked
5 years
because
ago.
it's like, okay, so due to you having that organization, it was really, other than the festivals that would happen once a year, you have
Yeah.
Gasparilla and you have
Yeah.
Sunscreen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like without those communities, what else is happening? There's really nothing that was
Nothing,
happening.
man.
So when you had that,
Yeah.
like I really felt when that tanked, I felt like a lot of creatives tanked. And
Yeah.
it went from this whole couple years of like
Well,
nobody
it's-
doing anything.
Well, it's because I stepped back and let other people be in charge of it, and it just crashed. And it's like,
But that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
like when you don't have the right people involved in the community
yeah,
to spearhead it,
Yep.
you're gonna lose a whole entire generation of filmmakers coming through because of that. No one's really teaching them.
Yes.
And I feel like
And
that's the issue where it is now. Is because you have all these new guys that are coming up, and then you got these veterans that have done stuff. They got their movies sold. They can get distribution. They can get money. But then you got these young cats. They're out here and they're just shooting.
Yeah.
But they're shooting, but they don't know. They don't have a purpose on why they're shooting. So it's like,
Are there new people? Like I
Yeah.
don't see them.
they're here, dude.
Oh,
Trust me,
they're
I was
here.
just at Sunscreen. They're fucking there, man.
they're here.
I was
here and
surprised at the amount of people there.
Yeah.
That panel we had, I was blown away that there's probably like 100 people there. I was like, there's a lot. Because I remember Gasparilla like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And there were nobody in the
Yeah.
fucking panels.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And now, and I think the pandemic has really
Inspired
forced
people to
everyone.
get out.
Yeah. Force
Yeah.
people to get out and say, you know what? I'm going to chase after my dreams. If I want to be a filmmaker, I want to be an actor, I want to be a director, a writer, I can do it, and this is the time. Like the time is
Well,
now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
slow down.
I mean, it
Yeah,
is.
I know. Yeah,
is.
is it?
I mean, but a lot of times you have to create your own opportunities because it's not.
Well, even on,
But
well, I was gonna say, not, even on our level, though, there's still always these, the these other people you're gonna run into who think they're better than you, who try to stop you, who want to crush you.
Mhm.
Even they pretend that you're best friends.
well, that's those people you have to avoid. Like,
Well, how do you don't know that in the beginning? You don't know.
yeah,
who
until
to
you get
trust or who
burned,
not
and
to
then,
trust.
that's
I've been on film sets, Stranger Things, where people don't shake my fucking hand.
David Harbour. Yep.
And then, like, it happened at Sunscreen, but it couldn't have happened a better way than anywhere else than when that fucking dude didn't shake my hand. Who I won't mention his name.
There you go.
Just
I'm not
say
gonna
his
mention it.
fucking
I'm not
name.
gonna mention his
Fuck
name.
'em.
I'm not gonna
Call
mention
him
his
out,
name.
Joe.
No.
Nah.
But
Motherfucker.
the best way I got back at that dude is I stole the show from him.
Yeah.
I breakdanced out onto the fucking floor in front of him. Fuck him.
Oh, well. But you know what though? Here's the thing.
The look on his face was enough when he saw that I was coming to sit next to him.
Here's the thing.
You know what I'm talking about, Brian.
I know
You were
exactly what
standing
you're talking
there.
about. I already know who you're talking about. But you know what though?
But why
I'll
was
say
he
this,
like
though.
that? That's my question.
But this is my thing. I don't care. Like my thing is that who cares? Because I have that happen to me before. They didn't know that, oh, I'm a director at Sunscreen. Someone literally walked up to me and was like, oh, I'm so and so. And I'm like, oh, okay. I helped get your movie in here. A lot of people don't understand that
Yeah.
because they walk
Yeah.
with a chip on their shoulder just because they did something.
My girl has a saying: "Be nice to everybody, because
Exactly.
you don't know who the fuck you're talking to."
Yeah.
Exactly. So my thing is that who cares if someone doesn't shake my hand? Who cares if someone doesn't like my picture on Instagram or Facebook? Because you know why?
I don't like none of them.
I'm me. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I contribute to the industry.
Yeah.
And my thing is that if you don't want to get on this train with me, so be it.
Yep.
It's your loss. My
Speaking
thing
of
is,
trains, my wife says hi.
oh,
Oh, my
tell her I said hi. She's very beautiful. I love her. Yes.
Continue.
But yeah, like I don't care if you don't jump on. Like my thing is, regardless, I'm still gonna make a difference. I'm still gonna make my money. It doesn't change my bank account if you don't speak to me. So my thing is like, why in the world I care if you don't like me? I've lived a life where I was bogged down by people's thoughts. Couldn't even do the things that I really want to do.
That sounds like Professor X was fighting you.
He was in the wheelchair the whole time.
Yeah.
No, he got around. He got
Are you
around, though.
Bishop? You could play Bishop.
If I had the dreads, man, I don't know.
Well, we just put wig on you.
Yeah.
That's a
I don't know.
Hollywood works.
I think.
Are you
Method
familiar with movie making?
Man, I think Method Man should definitely play.
Lil Wayne.
No.
Yeah, then he can be like, yeah, the whole time.
That's not
Lil Jon.
Lil Wayne.
Oh, is that Lil Jon?
Jon?
They're all the same.
No, they're not.
Get your lil
No, they're
straight.
not. Get your list together, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
Come on, man.
Hold on, let me look at my notes.
How you gonna do that to the rap game, bro?
I'm sorry. You're right, and I'm technically in the rap game.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
Through
your
the
cousin-
family.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I love rap.
but
That's all I listen to, really.
But yeah, man, like who cares of what someone didn't do? I feel like everyone walking around with wet pants all the time. It's like,
I said the toilet overflowed.
But you know what? I feel like I think we're coming out of that. I feel like we're coming out of a state of mind in the industry locally where people,
I just love that analogy of wet pants.
they are walking around with wet pants. I feel like
Yeah.
we're getting out of that. You're starting to see.
I see it all the dude. No, I feel. I told you this the other day.
Mhm.
I feel like everyone in the industry in this area locally hate me because I feel like I roll up
Why?
to Sunscreen and you see guys like Bryan and other people, other directors. Dude, they don't even fucking nothing.
No,
Nothing.
No.
I'm
Not
like,
at
hey,
all.
what's up? They won't. The Scatter Brothers. I said hey to them. Dude, nothing. Nothing, man. Not even like a hey, what's up? It's like, what did I didn't do anything.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I don't really think it's like that. I think I told you this before. I think the fact, which another thing that drew me to you is the fact I didn't really have a lot of confidence
Yeah.
like growing up. until I started meeting other people like you.
Yeah.
I met like Tony, and I saw that, and I saw the confidence. Because for you, I was looking at this guy, I was like, you know what? Man,
You talking about me?
Yeah, like
You're
I was like,
this fat ass
this fat guy just coming in here, shaking everyone's hand, and I was like, but you know what though? I was like, he's getting attention.
Your first thought was fat though.
But I was like, man, like this guy's really, he's drawing attention. He's really, he's really.
Well, that's
getting
what I
people.
do.
He's like, and the thing is though, it's like, you got people to laugh, whether at first they didn't like you, and then they end up liking you. And that's the one thing you do have.
Now it's the
Because
other way around.
regardless-
They started liking me. Now everybody hates me.
Nah, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think what it is that sometimes I feel like you get into your head and you overanalyze it.
Dude, I think most of it is jealousy. Because
I'm not jealous of anybody.
No, I'm saying
motherfucker.
you're doing stuff and they're wanting to do stuff and they're just jealous of you. I mean, I think that's probably the most of it.
Well, this industry jealousy is a very big thing in this.
But it
Right.
doesn't need to be. We can just help
And
each other out.
I agree.
Man.
And I'm not gonna.
we should be doing.
Look
I'm not
at-
gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, me personally.
You hate me.
No.
That's why you didn't cast me as a
So
lead.
a long time ago, when I first heard about you or whatever,
Yeah.
and I saw your As Night Falls and stuff like that.
You're like, what a piece of shit.
No, the word around was like, oh, Joe's full of himself and blah 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 and all this shit. So I formed an opinion about you, and I didn't even know I didn't even know you.
Yeah.
And I think we talked at a film festival one time. You were talking about sorority, and we talked for a few minutes, and then I saw you again at Sean's convention and talked to you a little bit more. And now that I know you, like I know you're not like that. Like
Well, he's a
you're,
dick
yeah.
too.
you know, and the same
I'm so
thing.
not.
The same thing happened with Joel Wynkoop. Like I thought
Yeah.
Joel Wynkoop was this fucking pompous ass that thought he was the greatest gift to the world.
I love Joe.
But then when
Yeah,
I got
very down to
to,
earth.
and I didn't know him, but that was my first impression of him. And when I got to know Joel, I'm like, this is like the nicest fucking guy that I've ever met in my life. And he's just like always warm and fun and nice to me. And I'm like, so first impressions are fucking huge, man.
They are.
Don't
Like, people
get into a cuddle fight with
form-
him though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right. So people form
You will
opinions.
lose.
People form opinions about other
Yeah.
people. And I think one is reputation and one is jealousy. And I
Yes.
think that's what's
Yeah,
happening
well,
to you
I
right
don't,
now.
you know,
Is
You
you're
know what, though?
getting
You know-
shit
you know-
done, and people are jealous of that.
So I'm sitting here and thinking about this. I'm like, man, these guys have a lot of experience, within this area, and you guys, met a lot of people. So since we're talking about community,
Yep.
And I'm kind of on like the younger side, on the come up.
yeah.
I'm in
What
between.
what do you want to give to these newer guys? What do you feel like they should know, like coming into this industry and just like,
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
My biggest thing would be,
Like, I hate the people that are just like, oh, I'm going to be a producer someday, and I went to film school and all this shit. And I'm just like, okay, well, what have you done?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make a movie one day.
Good.
Okay, great. Everybody fucking says that.
Yeah.
So just do shit. Get shit done. Like, that's the thing that bugs me about people is I know a guy that's got thousands of dollars in gear and has never made anything. I'm going to make a movie one day, okay?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
Do it. I just worked on a
Do
movie. I just worked on a movie over the weekend. This guy had helped me on my last movie. He was like a PA. He was just finished film school at UCF, and he was looking for a set to get on. So I reached out and said, hey, man, you can come on our set, get some experience or whatever. So he came out. He did some BTS pictures. He helped PA. And so he had a movie that he's been trying to get going for a year and a half. It's like a little 10-minute movie. And so I'm like, I'll shoot it for you. I'll help you. No problem. I'm not going to charge you anything. So we finally shot it Saturday, and it was fun, man. It was a really good time. And, I helped them get an actress and helped them kind of set a date and get things moving.
now he's going to get
And we
married.
did it. And,
What was the name of the film?
it's called, I couldn't even tell you the name of it. The guy's Adam Ricketts is his name. He's
Oh,
the
Adam
director.
Ricketts.
Yeah, Adam Rick. Yeah.
I know that dude.
Yeah.
How do I know that name?
But that's what the part of the community that
I
we
know
want
Adam
to
Ricketts.
have is where we be able to
He's like a
teach and
photographer.
guide and like mold and help people get things done.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think
I'm
the young
like,
people need to mesh with the older people that have done it and know how to get things put
Yeah.
together.
If I
To
thought it was
help
worth
them
it,
kickstart,
honestly,
you know?
if I thought it was worth it, honestly, I would do like a pitch seminar, but I would show them how to create like proposals and how to really secure their cast and their crew and all that kind of shit. So when you go to an investor, you have everything you need.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do that shit.
Nobody does.
And I think you're good at that.
That's how I've made so many movies, because I throw a fucking proposal together and I can give it to an investor and they can see it and they competently understand. They know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's a simple yes or no. You know? So, and I don't think people around here kind of do those kind of proposals. I'm working with a dude right now.
No.
I'll
tell you right now.
He created a
I'll tell you
proposal.
right now, no.
He created a proposal and it's like fucking 40 pages long.
wow.
I was like, that's too big, dude. Too
That's
big.
crazy. Who the fuck's gonna read that?
He's like, no, man, it's got everything in it they ever need. I said,
They
doesn't
don't
matter.
care about that shit.
I said, I turned in like a 6-page proposal.
All the investor
Mostly
cares about
pictures.
is, I'm giving you this much. What
Yep.
am I getting at the
Yep.
end? That's all they
Yep.
care about. They don't care
They
what
want
the
their
movie's
piece of
about.
pie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Wow.
you gotta have a plan, man. You gotta. And I don't think these kids, they want to make these movies. And they want to like. I don't know, man. I don't know. You gotta know. You just gotta know how to talk to investors.
You got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to do it, and you also have to, I guess, in a way, like, know what you really want to do with the film.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the problem. Like, you got a lot of these guys, they'll go out and they'll shoot a feature, but the problem is that they just want to shoot a feature.
Yep.
And that's it, and just kind of be cool. But my thing is, like, what's the longevity of the film?
Yeah.
Like, are you looking for a bigger distribution? Are you looking for toys? Are you looking for
Yes.
video games?
I look for all that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no
Yep.
no further depth than just getting it on the screen.
Right.
So
Yeah.
my thing is that I really feel like what has been lost is the business component
Yes.
of filmmaking around here. Is that now, because 10 years ago the equipment was a little bit expensive. Now it's cheaper. You can go out and get like a buttload of equipment and
So
go
you
and
can
shoot
film a
feature.
fucking phone with your iPhone now. It's all cinematic. Like, it's amazing what you can do with your iPhone.
Yep.
So there's no excuse. If you want to be a filmmaker, there's no excuse to not do it.
Agreed.
Even if you don't have any fucking money. Yeah, I don't have any money. I make movies with no money. It can be done.
Yeah.
And they look halfway decent.
Yeah.
And, just to get started, man,
Yeah.
make $1,000 movie just to get going.
They wouldn't
you
even know that. They wouldn't
And
even
they
know what
don't.
that meant.
The problem is in film school, they teach you the basics of editing, the basics of shooting, film theory, all this shit. But they don't teach you
They don't
how
teach
to
you
make.
budgeting.
They don't teach you how to budget. They don't teach
They
you
don't
how
teach
to.
any of that shit in film school.
Well, I'm a product of coming from a university here locally that the school now is like gone down the drain. It's not even worth it.
Yeah,
to
it's
go to it.
it's all on a
But-
fucking computer.
But the problem
It's
is
ridiculous.
that like
No,
the
I think he's talking
program-
about. Are you talking about AI?
AI, yeah,
AI, yeah.
AI. So it just the school. It's just schools in general.
It's a money grab, man.
It's a money grab.
That's all
now.
it is. They don't give a
Because
fuck about
all
what
it
you learn.
is they're basically museums.
Right.
They talk about the old days of film, and
Yep.
but they don't even break down the newest structure that now for Netflix that you have to write your film or your TV show. There's a new format now,
Yep.
and they don't teach that. You got kids still coming out with the Save the Cat format,
Mhm.
and it's like that's good. That's a basic way of writing a script, but they don't understand the new format now
Right.
because half of those guys are not even in the industry anymore. They all
Yeah.
they're retired.
Shit, take it from guys who've written a fuck ton of stuff.
Yeah.
That you watch it change, man. I've watched the evolution of storytelling change through streaming because Netflix went and they took what used to be a 24 episode series, which is 24, let's say,
Mhm.
because each episode was 42 minutes long and it's technically an hour, blah blah. So, but now Netflix has gone and really reduced the size to 8 episodes. So it's only 8 hours, and
Right.
you should be able to tell your story in any amount of episodes you want, but they have changed this structure a little bit of the size.
Well, Netflix even restricted to what cameras you can use for their types of.
There's a
Well,
list
because
of-
everyone's making movies, so
Yeah.
they got to really okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can only use a fucking full moon, and it has to be. You have to prove that you shot on a full moon, and it needs to have a fucking midget running the thing, and you gotta have fucking gold
So
shoes.
here's
on.
here's a perfect example of what you're talking about here with the young people. So on this shoot Saturday, he had 4 people on the crew that were film students that are all at UCF. They're either graduating or about to graduate. And this one girl wants to be a producer. And she's worked on some stuff
They don't know
here
what that
and there.
means.
She's worked on some stuff here and there. And so before we shot, we got there really early and they were talking. And so the girl's like, I want to get my master's in film. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Like, I didn't say nothing to her because I didn't want to like pop her bubble, but I'm like, why would you do that? So someone asked her, well, what is required for the master's? She goes, well, you have to raise money for a movie. You have to have a script. You have to have a crew. You have to have a cast. Then you have to make the movie. Okay. And the school says you can't have violence, sex, any guns, cursing. And I'm like, so basically all the fun stuff you can't put in your movie.
Yeah, why don't you quit school and just
So
go
then,
make a movie?
so then they make the movie and then they submit it to the college and they, I guess, grade them or whatever. Yeah. And then I'm like, well, do you own the movie or does the school own the movie? She's like, oh, we own the movie at the end and we're allowed to put it in like film festivals. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you just do that on your own and make the movie that you want to make?
And you can make money from it.
And make money on it. Like, I don't, like, you're not going to make a movie with
UCF?
UCF. I'm like, you're not going to make a movie with
dumb.
I'm like, that doesn't make any damn sense to me.
Hashtag UCF, hashtag dumb.
She's all excited because she gets to submit it to a film festival.
Who gives a shit?
And I'm just like,
I stopped submitting to film
they're
festivals
so like,
20 years ago.
And the first thing they were talking about was they made this movie, a little short movie between her and some other people. And she's like, we're gonna submit it to the Orlando Film Festival, and if we get in, we get free tickets to the film festival. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck?
First of all, how old is that girl?
She's like early 20s, 23,
Did you get her
24.
number?
No, I know her name. I can find her on Facebook.
All right, that's good.
But I'm just like,
that's the thing, because now for me
crazy.
working on the film festival circuit, because I look at all shorts as a proof of concept.
Just blast
but here's the thing. In
festival,
her, here's the thing though. In her mind, she's gonna submit her movie to the film festival. Somebody's gonna see it and give her all this money to make a movie.
Well, that's how.
And it doesn't work like that.
No, it
and they're
doesn't.
so naive to. And again, I ran a film festival. I know. Do all the local movies get in?
Not all
of them, but majority of them.
Okay, why?
Because they're local.
That's your audience.
Yeah.
That's who's
That's
going to
who
come
you
to the
are. That's
film
your niche.
festival.
Yeah.
Right. So, duh. You know what I mean?
They all get in.
That's what it's about. It's about getting everybody together, watching movies, and
making and building those connections.
Right.
It's
And,
like,
and networking. That's what it's about.
I see you shot this movie. I like what you did. Let's work together.
Let's do something.
Make something together.
There you go. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's not about the Weinsteins seeing your movie and say, "Hey, we want to give you $10 million to make a movie," or I just use them as an example.
Yeah.
But whoever, like the big producer, big production company, is going to give you money to make a movie. It's very minute that will ever happen.
And the one thing, so a lot of these kids that are coming out of college that want to be producers, like you said, they don't really know what producing actually means. Because
they're very naive to how everything works.
And I learned that with working with Joe, because it was
because I'm horrible.
Because Joe, the thing about Joe is a person that's like, he'll teach a little bit, and then he'll just like, all right, let's go.
Good luck.
Throw you in the water.
Right.
That's
what you got to do.
And the thing is, though,
I'm a horrible teacher. That's the thing. Is I don't know what I'm doing.
Here's the
I'm
thing,
just
though, man.
fucking around.
when you're trying to make a movie, the most important thing that you could ever do to start making a movie,
keep your pants on,
is set a shoot date.
Yeah.
Say this is the day we're shooting.
Yeah.
And then you work towards that date.
You build it out.
Because if you don't set that date, you'll just fucking whatever. You know what I mean?
Just keep going.
When you set that date, there's a deadline now. And you gotta fucking work your ass off to make sure everything's ready by that day.
Yeah.
And people don't do that. Like they're just like, oh, we'll make it when we get everything together. Like I know a guy, we had him on the show. Yeah. He's been trying to make this movie, and still he hasn't made. I told Sean, I was like, this movie ain't never gonna get made ever. And every time he delays it and delays it and delays it. I'm just like, dude. And he made $30,000 on his Indiegogo to make this movie, and I think he spent the money personally. Wow. But
it's easy to do, man.
And I just don't know if it's ever going to get made.
Yeah. I feel like that's the thing, because a lot of people, they sit there and they love the talk of making a movie.
Right.
They like the excitement of it.
And that's why I don't go to the film festivals.
You know the difference between veterans and newcomers? They're excited about making movies, and veterans are like, fuck, really? We got to make a movie?
That's how Sean is. I talk on the phone. He's like, I don't know if we should make this movie because of this.
Well, he's
I'm
a
like,
different
dude,
puppy in the whole fucking kennel, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. And quit bitching about it.
My thing is, it's like
I don't want to talk about making movies anymore. I just go make the movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Just fucking do it.
Because there's no one in no offense, but until I can pay you guys, I don't need you guys because none of you guys can fund my movie.
Right.
So I'm going to go get money, and I'll be back when I got money, and then we'll talk about the movie. Until then, shut up. Let me eat my fucking eggs and drink my coffee. I don't give a fuck about what plans you got 10 years from now. I don't care.
And that's why
I'm trying to strategize what motherfucker looks the best in this room that I need to go talk to see if he's got money.
Right. And that's why I don't go to the film festival, the network.
I only go to the. I try to go to the parties.
Just talking bullshit.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't want to hear it.
I have a family, and sometimes I gotta contemplate, I gotta weigh, well, if I leave and go to this fucking thing for a couple hours, who's gonna watch the baby? Is it worth it for me to go an hour to Tampa, let's say, to some fucking party for the film community when I already know everybody, right? I know almost everybody, and there's never any new people there, and the people that I need to meet are millionaires who have money. And they're not going to be there. So why do I go there?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is, too.
Until Sunscreen starts saying, Joe, this guy's an investor, come meet with him. Yeah. Where's that party?
Well, here's the thing is, though, as a person who is one of the directors of Sunscreen, we are also thinking about what are other community things that we can do outside of the festival. Because we realize is that, okay, yeah, that's cool. We do cater to the locals, but we need outside sources that are technically not in the film scene.
Yeah.
But they love film and they want to be a part of it. They not want to shoot a movie, but they were like, you know what? If I can give you a couple $100,000 or $1 million or whatever to help you do this, then fine. Yeah, just put my name on there. I'll help you out. But a lot of those people, they are out there. We just have to create the environment and that party setting for them to be there. They don't go to those type of parties. I tell you that right now. I went to me and JR, like I said, he was fighting. And the after party at Bare Knuckle had people who were interested in film. Now, granted, completely different industry.
Right.
These people, they're dropping thousands of dollars to help put on this fight. Mm-hmm. And Bare Knuckle is pretty big right now. And it's growing. And these guys are dropping money. And I'm sitting here talking to them like, you know what, Mike, I need to do a party for you guys that has nothing to do with our film people. No film people are going to be there. It's just other directors that want to sit down with them and talk. That's something that I feel like
that's absolutely awesome.
I think it really needs to happen outside of the film festival circuit, because what's happening is that
I feel like I need to become a bare knuckle boxer.
Yeah. And then, the fight game,
just get knocked out every round, and then just go out to the crowd and now what I'm really about to do is make movies.
Dude, the fight game has always been high society, man. All the celebrities go
there.
It's always been like that.
But growing up in my martial arts and stuff, that's always been a part of my life. I mean, my genre of films is that I want to do horror, I want to do action horror and sci-fi, and those are the things that I really love. But my first movie that I fell in love with as a action buff was Into the Bronx with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an incredible movie. Like,
I'm gonna correct you. Rumble in the Bronx.
oh, Rumble in the Bronx. Yeah. I'm thinking about
Into the Dragon.
Into the Dragon. I
Yeah.
merged those two together, but also Into the Dragon was a great
Yeah.
film too. Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan, that was incredible.
Dude, I saw that movie at the Tampa Theater in like 1998 or something. I lived in Newport Richie, and we drove to the Tampa Theater to catch the 9 o'clock showing. There was like 4 people there. And I was like, this is the best fucking action film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This thing is
Pretty
dope
badass.
as shit. Who's this Jackie Chan motherfucker?
Yeah.
And that's when I first learned of Jackie Chan. And then I went to the video store that weekend and got like 9 Jackie Chan
movies.
Super Cop. There was, fuck, what else was there?
The Drunken Master.
Drunken Master, but that wasn't one of the ones I watched. I can't remember now, man. There's a whole series of him.
Yeah.
Killer Cop? No.
No, there is dang.
He's a detective. Anyways, those are really cool. Those are great.
Yeah,
But-
it's Killer Cop and then Killer Cop 2.
Right.
Came out in 20. Oh no, it was at 09. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
09. It came out in 09.
Yeah, I like. Anyways, go ahead with your story. I can get on about Asian cinema now.
No. But like honestly, like
Yeah.
watching that really, it's the main reason why like I'm in the film industry because it's like I saw that film and I saw the different layers of the action scenes that they did. Like even the action scenes, it was its own little story between like the beef that they actually had, especially the scene in the mall. The scene in the mall was incredible. Like that was like super killer, and the way that they had the the way that the car was like going through there and like he's like running up the stairs.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. It was nuts, but it was just like I felt like every
I just
fight
realized
scene-
we have a project we can do.
Yeah. let's talk after the show.
I just realized you could direct it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
An action cop movie.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Nice.
talk. Yeah, we'll
Yeah. It's poignant to this day.
Yeah.
Like it literally fits in with today's problems. I wrote it fucking 10 years ago, 20 years ago, probably. It was like my 4th script I ever wrote.
So it just tells you that shit just don't change.
Yeah, right. Yeah, basically.
Or it stays in the pot.
Stays in the same-
Yeah,
rotation.
it just everything just keeps boiling.
Yeah.
We're gonna overflow soon.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna rise to the top.
Gonna rise. Yeah.
Let's just make everything.
Yeah. Well, listen. The best thing we can hope for is World War III or to be crushed by a meteor. I guess
Oh man, so
You know?
negative.
Well, if there was a meteor out there like
it's coming.
a couple of years,
It's still coming.
it's still coming.
There's one the size of the Empire State Building's coming. Yeah. And they're like, "Yo, guys, this is a real problem. It's on a direct course." It's almost like the people who wrote "Don't Look Up" knew that there's an asteroid coming in, and they need to warn people. The only way to do that is write a script about
Write a script about it. Yeah.
and put it out in the fucking movies because people will watch that,
Yeah.
but they're not going to believe that either.
Nope.
So it's like a
But
warning.
even the people in the movie didn't believe it.
right, yeah, right. So can you imagine society when you're like, no, there's no meteor coming. If the moment that hits the news, like, you should be worried there's a meteor going to hit Earth in like 10 days,
Yeah.
and they blow it under the rug, then I'm going to be worried. But what are you going to do? I'm going to stand outside.
Nothing you can do
This
about it.
meteor has been coming for like 3 years.
I'm going to stand outside.
But since there's nothing that we can do, why stress about it? Because
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing you can do about it.
I'm going to fucking just...
It's been coming for 3
Just like
years.
gas
Like,
prices.
it's
Nothing you
super
can do
slow.
about it.
Like
That's not slow. That's how far away it is. It's not like
They talked
took
about it
3
was like
years
it's
to get
hitting this tomorrow.
It's not like it's been taking 3 years to get from the moon to here. That's super slow.
Yeah.
3 years from point of first noticed out in the solar system. It's moving at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I think it's moving at 176,000 miles.
And that's
an
assuming
hour.
if nothing collides with it.
They said it's so big it doesn't matter if anything collides with it.
Well, they also
I don't
say-
know when it's gonna hit, but I'm just saying I'll be outside in swim shorts and a surfboard because when that motherfucker impacts, there's gonna be a
Tsunami.
tidal wave
Yeah.
of either debris or water, and I'm gonna surf that shit to safety.
You were like the
Here goes a
Hawaiian
concrete
man. I can imagine you as the Hawaiian man, like a Hawaiian punch guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! I got all my kids on my shoulders and shit. Yeah.
That's what I can imagine. I was like, Joe,
crash through a wall. Oh yeah.
That's Kool-Aid.
well, it's Kool-Aid Man.
Put
like,
my kids down on the fucking couch. They'll be all right.
You know, like
That's my fear. Now, I never used to worry about that shit. I was like, so what? The apocalypse happens. I can kill some fucking zombies. Can't now. I got an infant. I got a 6-year-old. I got a 10-year-old. I got a 15-year-old. He's on his own. Fuck him. Here's a bat. Good luck. I got a wife I got to worry about. She's got a mom who's got Alzheimer's. Like, you know, I can't. I mean, outside of the drastic of in a rational situation of a zombie outbreak, it would be mother-in-law is bait. She has Alzheimer's, so she knows what she's doing. So she's a good distraction. So I'd just be like, Carolyn, run way across the street over there. And shut up, baby. I know. It doesn't matter. Run over there. See that car? Just go touch it. The alarm's going to go off. I need you to do that real quick. No, babe. I got to take care of the kid. Everyone's got to get over this barbed wire fence in like 1 minute. You know what I mean? That's the situation I'd be in. As opposed to if I was single, I could just be like, fucking in my imaginary world, I'm like a fucking parkour genius, and I never get touched by a zombie.
Oh, so.
But I'd be more like the Kool-Aid Man of the fucking zombie apocalypse. I'd be crashing through walls and shit. I wouldn't be able to ever lift up onto the railing to get away.
Zombies punching you in the face because you can't move your
I'd be
fucking neck.
I'd be that guy to go to run. You know, like I jump up on the car, and all you do is like leap 2 feet to grab the railing. But like as I get on the car, it like crushes down a little bit because of my weight, and then I get on the roof, and the roof crushes, and it just like goes off underneath me, and I slam the ground.
Oh man,
you know,
that's funny. So I have a question.
Fat boy in the apocalypse.
So as far as like distribution, it's changed over the last couple of years. You've been doing movies, and selling your films. So it's like, what have you seen different within this industry now with distribution?
Nothing, man. It's still the same kind of sharks you got to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
These companies come in, they act real nice, they promote your shit, they're doing really well, but then you don't get any kind of money. They tell you, oh, well, we spent $34,000 in ads,
right?
So until we get that money back, you don't get a dime.
You don't get a dime.
Yep. Well, show me the records. Oh, well, we'll send them to you. 6 months go by, you don't hear anything.
Right.
Where are the records? Oh, well, we just worked out a deal with China. Oh, you did? Okay, great. Well, send me the stuff. All right, about 6 months. And you don't hear shit from them forever. Yeah. If you're lucky, your movie gets on something like Amazon or Hulu.
Right. And you get to make $1 every 4 months.
Maybe you get money off of that. Maybe. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's the same kind of game. You just have to, if you want distribution, you're just going to have to know that unless you have a deal with like Lionsgate or Screen Gems or Universal, a big player, any of these other smaller distributors, just throwing names off the top of my head. Wild Eye Releasing, Breaking Glass, California. All these distribution handlers all do the same thing. Yep. They're going to take your movie. You're never going to get any money. But your movie get out until you make $1 million or $2 million, $3 million movie that strike the interest of a major studio. You're just going to get fucked. You just have to know that.
Right.
You're gonna get fucked.
I always said the distributor's job is to fuck you, and your job is to not get fucked. Like,
yeah,
that's how it is, unfortunately.
So if you're smart, there's ways to go about getting distribution without getting one of those fucking people involved.
Well, yeah, because I see there's a guy around here. He does a lot of like faith-based like type of films.
Yeah.
And
Preston Walden?
No, not him. But Dion Gibson. He's a good guy.
I know Dion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know him.
Know of him. Yeah.
I know him. I think I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we're friendly.
Yeah. Dion Gibson. He's a good guy. Like I've seen a lot of his projects go to a Volkswagen or straight to DVD, and you can literally go to Walmart and you can see his stuff right on the racks.
Yeah.
And he does very well.
Yeah.
And he's made a living off of that. But I just recently got on his podcast and he was saying that there is a time where he wants to get away from that and really start making bigger films. So you have people here locally that are making some type of impact, but like you said, it's like if you can do it to a way you can stay away from the sharks and get to a bigger studio, then that's when you're starting to see the bigger money. There is money to be made.
There's a ton of money to be made. You just you have to navigate your way through the fucking channel of backstabbers,
Right.
and find that one gem that's gonna take you.
And then you hold on.
Prime example: Kevin Smith,
Yep.
Clerks, picked up by Lionsgate,
Miramax.
Miramax, from one festival by chance.
But that was 1994.
Listen,
like it's a
It doesn't matter.
completely
My point.
different time.
It doesn't matter. My point is that that's a prime example of chance.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's a prime example of chance. Right place, right time. Not that the film isn't bad. I love fucking Clerks. I've watched. I think I own 9 different DVDs of it.
Right.
I got the special black box X edition from 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I got all that shit, dude. I fucking love Kevin Smith. I love you, Kevin Smith,
And you know why we like Kevin Smith?
because he's like us.
Because he's us.
Yeah.
He's like us.
He's a lot thinner now. Fuck you.
He's like us and made it. You know.
But that's a prime example of a chance with quality.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened with his Kilroy movie?
It's in hell. Like
I don't understand.
Post-production
Yeah,
hell.
he shot that already, right?
Yeah, it's done. It's been
It's
shot
shot
for like
here,
2-3 years, right?
Yeah.
What's
right before the
happening
pandemic.
to it?
It's just in post-production hell. I
Who's
don't
got
think
it? Digital caviar.
Yeah, they had a tie-in. Brandon Hyde shot it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the digital caviar people worked on it,
I
and a lot
talked
of
to
the Sarasota Ringling School.
I talked to them a
worked
long
on it.
time ago, years ago, about a movie I have called Journey into Hell. It's a 1950s crime noir thriller thing. I talked to them a lot about doing it, man. It was a lot of smoke.
Yeah, they're full of shit.
I noticed it right away.
I didn't mean to say
So-
that on the air, but
Well,
whatever.
hey, it's how you feel, man. It's our show. Get your
yeah.
own fucking podcast. Talk shit about us, bitch.
I wonder if people actually do talk shit on us.
Nobody what? No.
No, not really.
No? Okay.
I've been on other shows.
I imagine. I think you're a little bit right when you say get in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
But I imagine what these motherfuckers around here say about me.
but
I
if
can
they really
only
don't.
imagine.
They're
why do
like,
you care?
that's the
I
thing.
don't know.
It's like that's
Because I don't get invited to the parties, man.
So
You know
Why
what
do
I
you want to
mean?
go to the party? You just said you didn't want to go to the parties. You want to go to the millionaire parties. So why
I
does
like
it
to go to a
bother
party
you
every once
if you
in a
don't
while.
want to
It'd be
go
nice to
anywhere?
get invited.
If you don't want
See,
to go,
that's the thing. That's where I really feel it's like you get in your head
Yeah.
because my thing is like them dudes. Like, listen, I've never been on one of their sets, but those guys are cool. And
who?
Digital Caviar.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I graduated with them. You
Yeah.
know, they all came from the Art Institute, and they're fabulous guys. And like I said, I worked with other guys around here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like you make your own party. You do
Well,
your
here's
own.
here's
do your own
here's
thing.
what here's how I feel about digital caviar. I went to a private event held by a mutual friend. Neither one of them got up from their chair when I reached out to say hello to them.
Who cares? That's
Well,
the-
I have a very obviously that incident that happened with John Hall, that guy I
Yeah.
won't talk about. Not shaking hands. I have a real problem with that because to me, you're straight up disrespecting me to my
Yeah,
face.
that's fucking bullshit.
You're disrespecting me
I agree.
directly to my face, which means one thing: you don't like me. And if
I
you
don't think it
don't,
was like that, but
you don't think that they blatantly ignored. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about them, both of them.
Yeah.
This was a private party. There's only fucking 20 people there.
Yeah.
They know exactly who I was. Neither one of them, when I was like, moved.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, get the fuck over here. Fuck them. Who
Yeah.
are they? She didn't even know who they were.
Yeah.
And I said,
That's the
oh,
thing.
I said, that's this fucking company, blah, 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 blah. But
But-
she's like, fuck them.
But here's the thing is the I feel like that's the thing. I feel like so many people get hung up on one situation. There's so many companies that are being developed around here. It's insane. And there's so many other cool people to work with. It's insane. That's why I feel like it's like, why worry about one incident? Like, who gives a shit? Like, for real.
Well, I mean, it's a blatant, in that aspect, though, you got to see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
All right, you don't want to shake my hand or even acknowledge me. You don't like me.
Yeah.
And I'm working hard. I was working hard for years, since like 2005, in this community to build it into something through the Tampa Film Network, into the Florida Film Network. And I'm doing shit to try to help people, and I'm making movies, and you guys aren't doing shit. Don't disrespect me, man. I'm trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
You don't want to be my friend? That's fine, but you treat me like a piece of shit and you don't respect me. I'm gonna fucking you. I make enemies for life, and that little shit that makes you an enemy to me immediately. I can't help it. Yeah. Can't help it. I will not change my mind because when I meet you again, I'm not gonna shake your hand. Therefore, we're never gonna work together. Yeah. We're never gonna communicate. I'm never gonna hire you. I'm never gonna hire anybody who's worked for you. Like that's just how it has to be. Think about the rap game. Think about the rap game. Yeah. You walked in a room. You're a big fucking rapper. Yeah. Fucking West Side or whatever the fuck your name wants to. Let's see. We'll name you Channel Side. Right? All right. You're fucking Channel Side. You're coming in. You got fucking O-Town from Orlando. He's here. He don't shake your hand. You're big. You got 10 records out. Mm-hmm. You gonna let that shit slide?
I'll be like, who is he?
Right. Yeah. You gonna let that shit slide? Yeah. Then you see him a week later. He's trying to open for you. You ain't gonna let him. My point is the same thing. You can't. It doesn't matter that we're in the film game. Yeah. It matters that we're all in this game. And if you're not gonna shake a hand or say hi or be nice to the person next to you, don't expect a handout later on down the road. Because like we said earlier,
don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, man, because you don't know whose ass you're going to have to kiss 3 months, 2 years down the road. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to, and that shit I get so fucking angry when I get disrespected like that. And people are like, my wife doesn't stand for that shit. She's from fucking Massachusetts, man. She does not. I was at a meeting. And this dude raised his voice just a little bit. She got up and left. And she said, come. And I was like, what the fuck? She's never been like that ever. Right? Yeah. So I got up. I went outside and I said, what's wrong? She's like, don't work with that motherfucker. Don't work with him. Yeah. I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. He raised his voice. I said, all right. She got in the car and I got in the car and we left. I don't work with the motherfucker. Because you got to trust somebody. And if they disrespect you, you can't trust them. Yeah. You don't want to shake my hand now? You're certainly not shaking my hand tomorrow.
I mean, listen, there was a lot of people who laughed at me, because I did a film a couple years ago, and things are starting to rise back up with this film. But I did a cool action film called Vindictive.
Yeah, I love it. I saw it like 4 different theaters.
Yeah, and we actually
because I support you
at the International Film Festival.
You won awards at a festival I ran.
Yeah. So it's like,
well, I didn't run it.
Well, it was a part of it.
I helped.
So my thing is, it's like people laughed at me because they didn't know how deep I was connected with you. Yeah. They didn't know I was connected with Buddy,
right,
and a few other people who helped me out with that project.
Yeah.
They wanted to see me be successful. There was a few other.
I want you to be successful, man. Yeah. I tried bringing you on a few things. You're like, I'm not right for that.
No.
At least you're honest, though.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm not. Because my thing is, I know my place. I know where I can rise at.
We did do a film together, though.
Yeah.
Beauty. That was tough.
It was tough.
That's where I learned a lot.
We both learned from each other.
We did.
We yelled at each other.
We did.
It was funny.
But who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But the movie got done.
We got it done.
Yeah.
We got it done.
That movie gave me some PTSD.
Hey,
man.
But you know what, though? It set me up for success.
I didn't realize how hard I worked on that movie until it was over.
Yeah.
Because I was treated like shit on that thing.
Yeah.
I was directing. The crew treated me like shit.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Not you.
No.
I'm talking about the other crew.
We stayed on top of it.
Yeah.
But me and him, we argued, but it was like that older brother argument.
Yeah. That's how me and Sean are. Like, we'll fucking scream at each other.
Yeah. We didn't scream.
But then we're like,
just like, what? No. What? Yeah. What? No.
Our fights are, he wants it done away. I want it done away. We yell. He sees it my way, and we do it my way.
Yeah. Well, his thing is with him. So
Brian's competent, man. Not that Sean's not, but I'm just saying, Brian will. Your perspective is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, 50% of the time you're right. 50% of the time I was right. So it worked out, man.
And a lot of times it's because how Joe is. Joe is so into it.
Yeah.
And because he's also an actor as well, and when he's directing, it's like he's in a cool dynamic where he's acting it out and then he comes into the director scene, and like he just goes into it, and it's a very unique like style. And I'm like, I kind of admired that. But at the same time, when you have someone who is so into it like that, where they're into the story, they don't see everything else. And I was that other person who was like, nah,
you're like, yo, the house is on
going.
fire, bro.
It was like, we got to keep this going. We got to move. We got to, hey, I got to take care of some stuff outside. And it was like, I was like, we gotta pause. We gotta
Wardrobe's
stop.
not here yet. What do you mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that came up.
Hair and makeup didn't show up a few times.
Yeah,
my actress didn't show up for like 3 of her scenes.
I had to save. We hired a location manager who we thought was a location manager, and she was just she's
crazy.
She was crazy. We had to
fire her.
Like, and
you fired her.
I had to fire.
I said I'm not firing her.
He was like,
stab me.
He said, Bryan, you said this is a part that you have to learn about the business. Sometimes you have to do some things that you don't like doing. You're gonna have to fire her. And that's the first time I ever fired someone on the set.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I was like,
he fired me from his next set immediately.
I was like, man, this is crazy. But you know that film,
I didn't realize how toxic she was.
Very, very. And that's the one thing about like with these new guys, you gotta. I know everyone's all cool and everyone wants to work together and everything like that. But sometimes you gotta watch who you bring on your squad.
Yep.
You know,
I know that.
Because it can be effective. You get one bad apple, and then it can destroy the whole crop. And then before you know it, man, your whole thing is. That's what happened on my film.
remember the director of photography on Beauty of Skin Deep yelled at me and called me, said I had a giant ego because I didn't know where a light switch was. He's like, we need to turn these lights off. I was like, okay. And he's like, why you gotta be so egotistical? I was like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know where the fucking lights are. I don't work in the funeral home, dude. I don't work here. I said, I've been here 10 minutes just like you. I don't know where anything is. And why are you yelling at me? Yell at your fucking gaffer.
Yeah.
Right. I'm the director.
Yeah.
But they didn't understand that process either because they're too young and stupid to know that, like, that's not how you talk to your director.
Yeah. And plus, too, that wasn't in it's not your responsibility to even know where the switch is at.
Right.
Because that goes to your location manager.
Right.
Your location manager should have been the one that was like, oh, the switch is over there.
Yeah.
He's the one that tells the PA, was like, oh, go over there and do all that. But like I said, we had to get rid of our location manager, so we didn't have none at that time. So guess who came the location manager too? I was the AD and the location manager.
Yeah, and something else.
And part producer as well. Like I was
more than that, though. Remember you did like 9 things.
Yeah, it's crazy. You come on Joe Davison's film, you go wear multiple hats.
Well, it shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't be.
We should have more money.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have taken on that movie.
How much did y'all have for that?
40.
40,000.
Well, with the grant and all that, it was like about 60.
Well, I don't know that. See, that's stuff I'm still not privy to because I wasn't told everything.
Yeah, it's about 60.
Yeah. I just got the movie made for her and was treated like shit.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But it was great. It was an interesting experience. And
I love it. I think the movie's pretty good.
It's good. It was.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can watch it on Amazon.
It's on the catalog.
It's called Beauty of Skin Deep.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Jennifer Phillips.
Yep.
Directed by me. AD'd by Bryan, and you produced it. Yep. It's not bad. With $1 million, it would have been amazing.
Was that your script?
No, Jennifer wrote it. Yeah. No, I didn't write that.
No, but it was
I would have had way more blood. She wouldn't let me put blood in it. Every time I tried to put blood in it, she's like, "Nah, it's too much blood." People are getting stabbed with a knife.
Did you say, is this a UCF master's program movie?
I will next time. But that was my I had a lot of I fought with a lot of people on that, man, because everyone thought they were in charge. Yeah.
So speaking on, what is everyone working on now? Like, what's the I feel like we're all filmmakers.
I'm in post on the cheerleader sleeper slaughter.
Aren't you shooting already for the next one?
I hope to have that done by the end of June. And
I thought you were shooting the other one already.
We're shooting in August for.
Yeah, because I was like, where's
it went from The Rental House to Moneybag. Now it's called Death Blow.
Death Blow. Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of crime thriller.
Death Blow is reminds me of the comic book.
Well, you know what Death Blow is from, right?
No.
You watch Seinfeld?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, I did. I don't know that specific.
They went to They were going to see a movie, him and Kramer, and the movie was called Death Blow, and they were like making fun of the name and like, we're going to see Death Blow, you know, and they're just making fun of it.
Yeah.
So
I think
Okay.
like, let's make it.
Yeah, fucking Deathblow. There it
Yeah,
is.
so-
I want to make Threat Level Midnight. That's from The Office.
And then next year we got planned Naked Cannibal
No.
Campers 2 and 3.
Nope. No.
So
Sorry.
we got a lot
I
of shit
take
coming up.
Threat Level Midnight is from. No, it is from The Office.
I didn't watch The Office.
Yeah, Threat Level Midnight's from The Office.
I didn't watch The Office.
Lethal Weapon 5 is from It's Always Sunny. They made Lethal Weapon 5.
Nice.
And It's Always Sunny.
What do you got going next, Joe?
I'm working with Chris on a movie he's shooting in August, I guess now. And then I'm moments away from getting a yes or no for Fish People here. Should be today or tomorrow. I finished all my meetings with my investors. You know, they know we're looking for $2 million. They know they've seen everything. I've given them everything I've ever had, as far as proposals and documents and spreadsheets and financials and all that stuff. So we're past the point of are they going to do it? We're at the point now where how much are they going to give?
Yeah.
How much are they investing? So I should know. I'm expecting a phone call at any moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work. But yeah, so.
Is there a reason why we wear these?
Yeah?
Is it just for the look?
No? So you can hear him.
I can hear without these.
But it's a different audible sonographic megahertz.
If they're uncomfortable for you, you don't have to wear them.
Yeah, why?
uncomfortable.
Why? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just took them off. And
You've
I'm
been
just
wearing
like,
them for over a year. Like,
I know, but I just took them off because my ears were sweaty, and I'm like,
Oh.
wait, I can still hear everybody. It's so weird.
Okay.
So it just looks more professional, I guess.
What we're trying to say is if you suffer from sweaty ears, take Dr.
Sweaty ears.
Take Dr. Brannigan's sweaty ear syndrome. 1 pill a day, morning or night.
Side effects may
Dude,
include
bleeding.
anal bleeding
And death. Ingrown hair. Backwards testicles.
or one testicle.
What? Or no! Or no testicles. Or 5 testicles. If you have 5 testicles, see a doctor immediately.
Please.
If you become a platypus, good luck.
So what are you working on?
What I do, I'm trying to grow this podcast as large as we can.
This thing's growing, bro. 11,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're almost-
Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you. 11,000.
So I'm working on growing the podcast on
That sounds so small.
the
though.
YouTube channel, also the podcast on every type of platform that we are promoting on. I literally got us on every platform that we could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Every podcasting platform. So there's I think we're up to 25 different platforms. So we're trying to get
Where does those numbers calculate into? Like we were talking about YouTube earlier.
Yeah.
Where like you see a number, one week it says you got 18,000 views, the next week you got 12,000.
Yep.
So how do you calculate the numbers from Spotify
Yep.
to Spreaker to YouTube?
I use Spreaker and Podbean. Podbean is the main platform. It's a platform that distributes different platforms. Same thing as Spreaker. Spreaker is the main that does additional channels. Very nice.
Maybe it's the
So that's what we use for that. But right now the numbers aren't that great, but we're doing fantastic on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow some more shows on there.
I noticed each episode's getting like 15,000 or more views, which is great. And
You're
the
gonna
same
be
with
famous.
the same with South and Central. You know,
Everyone in India is going to know who you
But
are.
what are we gonna, last 28 days, USA is number one.
25%.
We were at a point where it was
USA
like
number
our
one.
leading viewers were Turkey and India. And we're
But
just
now
like,
it's USA.
why are they
What
watching
flipped
us?
I don't know.
What flipped it?
No idea. I don't know what flipped it.
It's fucking
It's
crazy.
just now our number one audience is USA in the last 30 days.
That's
So,
good.
yes.
That's good.
So
That's good.
we're getting there.
My thing is like, what are we gonna do South and Central now? You put the last episode.
Well, I'm actually doing his. He's got short films that we're putting on there.
Okay.
One every 2 weeks.
How does that help me?
Make more shit.
Make some more shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I'm trying to look for
I
original.
can give you my short that I did a couple years ago. So
Fantastic.
you know, and get that going.
Yep.
And I know it's a different genre from what you normally post with
We'll put
horror
it in
and stuff.
genre. We don't care.
I might on the Real People
This
Real
ain't a
Content
horror
channel.
show.
Nope.
Whatever.
We do all types of stuff on our Real. Like I have in the past I did dancers. I've done painters. I've done gamers. So I'm trying to add more
Flamers.
shows.
Lion tamers and candlestick makers.
I want to grow the channel, so it's like so I could put out something like 5 days a week or 6 days a week. So I need more of everything. So.
I sent you Turtle Soup. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it. I work for a living.
It's fucking 2 minutes long.
I'm not talking about your sex life.
Dude, you probably watch the same
2
fucking
minute
meme.
bump.
You probably watch the 2-minute meme fucking more times.
You
than
can
any
watch
of my
it while
shit.
you're taking a shit on your phone.
Fuck that shit.
tell
You
you
want time to watch a 2-minute video of me?
Oh, stop!
You're
I
getting
see
in
you.
that other fucking category real quick.
Oh my God! You're so dramatic.
So dramatic.
So dramatic. You see?
Hey,
See what
I
I deal
watch your
with?
stuff. What do you do? How
Don't
do
you
do
hate
that?
when you put shit?
Yeah,
you give
fuck
somebody
it.
to watch
Oh, yeah.
it and they
Oh,
don't.
yeah. So on my channel, have you
all
watched any of my horrified episodes?
Yes, I went
Which
back
one?
and watched all. I watched the very first thing you ever did.
Which one?
Before I even came on the show.
Which one?
I don't know what it's fucking called. I watched it 8 months ago.
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
episodes did I do?
3.
I think it's more than 3.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I was just on there yesterday. Don't fucking try to play me, bro. I looked at all that shit. I was calculating all the numbers.
So you feel
Because
bad
the
now?
early shows, don't
I
have
don't give a fuck.
the beginning shows don't have as many views.
No, they don't.
It's just like South of Central.
Well, I
Everything's at,
started
like,
from the bottom.
everything. And now you're here.
Yeah.
Everything's at like 8,000 to 10,000.
I think it's when I joined the show. It was like when the
It went up.
ratings went
Yeah,
up.
the actual first one that did anything was I think your Felissa Rose episode is the
No,
biggest.
the most views
Debbie.
that we were getting were when we would do top 10 movies you'd never seen
Debbie
before.
Rashawn's
Now she's up.
Debbie's
she's
up
up
like
there now.
35,000
Yeah,
views or
35,000.
something.
Well, yeah, we would have guests on, and then like once a month we would do 10 movies you've never seen before.
We see that once a month, yeah.
And we would
That'd be
talk
great.
about them and stuff, and those were getting the most views for us.
But we couldn't monetize those at all because it was so
Yeah.
copyright.
yeah, because we couldn't post
Yeah.
the trailers or
Nope,
anything.
nothing.
To flag us. So
That's weird.
we kinda
Yeah.
stopped
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. So pretty much,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
what
the
do you got going
filmmakers
on?
are.
What are
I'm
you
sure the
doing?
producers are pissed.
What do
that
you
we're
got next,
promoting their
Brian? What are you
movies,
doing?
right?
What are you doing?
so we actually pitched our short at our short to get into a feature at Sunscreen. And,
Yeah. They accepted?
They
Imagine that.
they got excited about it. They did because, and it's not just because people look at it and was like, oh, I'm surprised you haven't had this thing funded a long time ago. Well, the thing is that I had to get into the industry. I had to really learn and get my grassroots because
Yeah.
I was only when we did that film at the time I was only 24 turning 25. I was still a young buck. I'm
Yeah.
still young now, but just like,
God, I'd love to be 30.
you know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
If I would have got, let's say for instance, if the people who said they wanted to give me money to create it as a feature, if I would have got that, it would have been a disaster because I didn't, like I said, coming out of college,
Right.
didn't know how to budget properly.
You don't have to
So
do
your
anything,
feature
man.
got funded through Sunscreen?
No, it's not funded at all. But there are people who want to have conversations. So
Oh, good.
conversations is one.
Like Marty Poole?
No, Marty. Well, like I'm cool with Marty, but no, but Marty likes it. Marty likes it. I talked with Ramfis. Ramfis likes it. He likes to pitch. I sent it to Robert Iglesias, who also runs our Sunscreen West. He's the director over there. So I'm in talks with him. So yeah, right now we're fleshing out the script. We needed to get it to a feature length. The way I wrote it, I envision it as a web series because there is a deeper story
Yeah.
that goes into it. But
Oh,
yeah.
shit. I just knocked all the
You
cameras.
just kicked me off camera.
Yeah, I just fucking kicked you into the moon.
But yeah, pretty much I'm getting back to writing now. You know, that's the
Right.
that's the main thing. Getting that up and running and developing my company. So right now, my company is called Big B Studios. So my nickname is Big B. I got that when I was a kid. I fluctuated in my weight, but it went from being like the chunky, like funny guy to like the kid that was really doing big things because I came out of Polk County and people saw me doing theater. They saw me working on film sets, and they were like, "Oh wow, like Big B actually turned into Big B. He was really doing big things." So I just kind of took it and ran with it. And I was sitting down with my graphic designer, and he was like, "Dude," he was like, "Bro, he's like, I imagine you as like a superhero that's just going around with all this energy. So when you go on my Instagram, so my Instagram is Yo Big B Studios, and you can check me out there, and I have all my content. But literally,
Link in the description.
yeah, like all in the description. So like literally, it's I'm just a film guy that became cool. Pretty much that's what happened.
Well,
You know,
I know I missed some of the conversation, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a film nerd. I'm a film nerd who just became cool, and like literally, he was like, "Bro, I see you as a superhero, just going around and just like."
Who said that?
My graphic designer, Great
Nice.
Gretchen. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, really cool guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm fleshing out the script, and I'm bringing that energy. I'm bringing
Good.
that energy, to my community, and I want to help like elevate people. And my main goal is what I want to do is I want to be a director and producer. I do write, but I really feel like my strong suit is in producing and helping the project, get out there. Lately, I've been being mentored by Rob Sterritt.
Yeah,
which is
he's
another
great.
I like
great
Rob.
guy.
Dude, he
Rob's a
got
good
me my
guy.
locations for sorority, man, out in LA.
Yeah.
That dude's badass.
He is, man. He's been teaching me. He was like, dude, if you can solidify yourself as like the location guy here in Florida, he was like, you're gonna have a great future as a producer later on, because if you know the people and you know these locations, then you can get them like left and right. They'll pop like popcorn.
Yep.
So
That's what he did for me, man.
yeah,
He's like, yeah, I got a place for you. Hold on.
yeah.
It took like 15 minutes.
Back on the phone.
Yeah, done. Call this lady. She's ready for you. All right.
So I'm learning.
Does Rob's living here? Or is he
No, he lives in
No,
LA.
he lives in
Yeah.
LA?
Well, he lives in like Malibu, I think.
So he
Somewhere
comes back
around there.
every now and then to see his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So-
premiered one of his movies at I think the Florida Horror Film Festival.
Oh man, Immortal Island.
Immortal
I'm
Island.
in there.
Yeah.
I get stabbed in the stomach by a fork, which apparently kills me.
Yeah, we
I was
premiered
like,
that.
bitch, I've stabbed myself harder in the mouth.
Yeah, we did that one in American Guinea Pig. The first
By
one
Marcus Cook?
That Marcus and
Oh man,
The
the
other one
famous
did.
Marcus Cook.
and it was a fun night.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah. So I'm getting back into things, and
Yeah.
I feel great. I feel good because I was in a learning stage. I was in a teaching stage. Also,
You're
I was
always in a learning stage.
Now I'm in a denial stage.
Always.
always in learning, always teaching. Yeah, always been
Yeah.
teachable.
It's just a matter of doing it, man. Like
Yeah.
everybody goes to film school, and I mean that's great, but if you just do it,
I didn't go to
that's
film
where
school.
you learn. Like class
I learned
example,
it in the fucking woods, bro.
Sean went to film school for 2 years, and he came out, and that's when we met. Was when I was casting for my very first movie I ever made, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I raised $900. I was making like a 40-minute movie, and I just did it the way I felt like a movie was made, and I didn't know what I was doing. But then I met Sean online, and he ended up coming on, and we kind of partnered together and did it. And at the end of the shoot, he was like, I learned more on this film set than I did in 2 years of film school by just being there and doing stuff.
Yeah.
And, a lot of it was what not to do.
Yeah.
But, and the movie's pretty bad, but it was my film school of learning how to put a production together, how to find cast, how to find a crew, how to edit. I mean, I didn't know how to edit anything, and I just edited a freaking movie, and it's just a matter of repetition, doing
I
it,
made a
doing
horrible
it, getting
mistake
better,
in the beginning.
Yeah.
I refused to learn how to edit because I was doing everything else. I was writing and producing and directing and being in it. And I was like, I'm not going to learn how to edit. I'll hire somebody to do that. Bullshit. I never have enough money to pay anybody.
Right,
I had to learn how to edit,
Yeah.
and I'm not good at it.
That's the thing. I self-taught everything.
I don't
man.
have the program. I don't
can
have
shoot,
like
I can
Premiere
edit.
or whatever. What do you edit in?
I edited in Premiere, but I'm kind of
Lead into
going
DaVinci,
towards DaVinci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
coloring.
I use Wondershare. It's like a free. It's not free. It's like $20 a month, but it's a simple editing thing. It's great
Right.
for my auditions. It's great for things like South Essential, where I'm not trying to be fucking super goddamn. I'm not Ty West. You know what I mean? It's just a series on YouTube. So I never really learned how to edit, and that's something that I always kick myself because I'm like, I could have edited my own fucking movie by
Right.
now, and I'd be done with it. Instead, I'm paying
That's
some
what Kevin
dip
Smith
face
does it.
$12,000 to fucking edit the movie.
Mike Flanagan, he edits his own shit now. Like that's amazing. That guy is working on multi-million-dollar series on Netflix and movies, and he edits them himself. Like that's crazy.
Who is this?
Mike Flanagan, the guy that did House of Bly Manor. He did the
Wow.
The Shining 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
What was it?
It was the series with
No, he did the sequel to The Shining.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
He did Dr. Sleep.
I auditioned for that.
He did. I mean, he's done a bunch
That was
of
like
shit.
fucking years ago.
He's done a bunch of stuff.
That movie, I love that movie, Dr. Sleep.
But he's like the Netflix series guy now, man. Like that guy's making amazing series. But
That's what my goal, man. My goal is to take Sorority and Fish People, double feature, and walk it straight up to fucking Netflix, and be like, listen, this is who we are. We just made these 2 movies. We're gonna make more. Fucking. Hey!
Let's work it out. Huh?
you know the one
Have
thing,
your people call my people.
You know the one thing that I'm seeing now, and I think you mentioned it about like adding like different content. You know the thing that's booming right now is the esports.
Porn.
Yep.
It is always booming, but
Yeah.
but esports.
Yes.
Esports streaming, it was there, but now it's starting to.
What do you mean?
Like it's starting to really boom.
They're actually being majors being taught in college.
And,
Esports.
Like USF just opened up.
What's
their
an
division.
esport?
Like the video games and
Oh.
Yeah, and competitions.
Yeah.
They do tournaments. So it could be like
Call of Duty.
they could do Melee and Smash Bros. Right?
Yeah,
and Mario Smash Bros. So they go in there. They have like 10 guys that literally.
Right.
They sit,
So what are they like funding like convention like competitions?
they doing competitions.
They get
So now
sponsors like teams.
So USF just came out with their first like sport team, but it's esports.
Yep.
I just saw the commercial for it like last week.
So we should make a movie about an esport tournament
Bunch of fat guys.
and something.
Not necessarily, no.
Something crazy happens. And
Just make dodgeball with esports.
But there's something similar that's already coming out. It's on the Paramount channel. Literally, it's a mockumentary type of style, kind of like shot like Office.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, it's about this kid, and he goes on this team, and everyone made fun of him. But then they win their first tournament, and then now they're all like millionaires now. So now they're going back to do the next tournament. But then they got to get this new kid in who's a hot shot.
All right.
There's actually a movie on Netflix. There was a movie on Netflix.
There was a movie a long time ago. It was actually a show, and it was about a kid who went to a video game school.
Yes.
And I think that was called Level Up or Ready. What
What
was that called? One Up?
No, it started as a movie, then became a show.
What the fuck was that
I think it was
called?
One Up.
One Up,
No,
maybe.
something like that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly. No, it's called Video Game High School.
Video Game High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a movie first, and then they made
That
it
was
a show.
like,
show.
dude, I
They made a
loved
show.
it. Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
great. That was like 10 years ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
looking
the
that
it was
shit
like
up
the
right
early
now.
years. It was the early years of Netflix.
Yep. I mean, graphically it was terrible, but it was good for like the way things were going.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it too. It was definitely fun. But that was pretty much the beginning.
2012.
Yeah, so 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
3 seasons.
Yep.
Freddie Wong.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I met him. Blue Water brought him
Yeah,
in.
I was there too.
Yeah.
when he was there.
I hung
I
out
went
with him
to that.
upstairs.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah,
I got a
went to
great
that. It was
picture of
cool.
me talking to him, and he looks absolutely not interested in anything I'm saying.
He was a cool
I'll frame
guy.
that one day. What happened to him? Let's look
Uh,
Freddie
he-
Wong. What's up, Wong? What are you doing now,
Yeah,
bro?
Freddie Wong, he has what is it? Rocket Jump School.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like a no film school type of
Mhm.
setting. But yeah, he does like master classes and stuff.
I love that site.
What does that mean?
I learned a lot of shit on
I
that
learned
site.
a lot
dude.
of stuff on no film school. That and Film Riot. I got on Film
Yeah, Film
Riot.
Riot's
I
good.
like those guys.
I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, Film Riot, Indie Mogul, with Alex Ferrari. Yeah, those guys are good.
All right, let's see. He's doing Anime Crimes Division. That was in 2018. 6 episodes. Dimension 404, 2017. Dogwick, 2017. Red vs. Blue, he did 1 episode. Rocket Jump, 5 episodes. And then Video Game High School.
So he hasn't done anything since 2018.
Dude,
He made
he
his-
hasn't
I think he's focused
he hasn't done
mostly on
anything.
He made his
teaching
gazillion
stuff.
dollars.
He
and
made
went
his
off
money
to
and
the
now he's
sunset.
teaching. He's doing his
Yeah.
podcast
I
stuff.
don't give a
Yeah.
fuck no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do my thing and be
Yeah,
done
he
with
just
it.
wants to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like you make the money first, and then you figure out what you want to do for
Yeah.
the rest, and just do it that way. If you can
Yeah.
make
And do
money
what makes you happy.
Yeah.
I think that's the. I think the
Well, I
end goal.
can't masturbate I mean, I can.
It's frowned upon, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, did y'all watch that Our Father show? On
No,
Netflix?
I wanted to watch it with Leanne. I haven't had a
Dude,
chance.
what the fuck?
I've been watching
Fucking
Secrets at the Skinwalker Ranch, though.
Psycho. Fucking psycho.
No.
You didn't watch that, Tony?
No.
Our Father?
Did you watch that?
No.
It's a guy who donated his sperm to over like 100,000
Oh no,
women.
he was a fertility doctor, and people
Yeah.
would come in and
He'd give him
he
his
would
sperm.
go in the other room, jerk off, and bring his semen and inject it into people to get them pregnant without them knowing. And at this point, I think there was 80 something people that are all half brothers and sisters that a genetics, someone went on like 23andMe
Yeah.
and his shit popped up and they were kind of like, what? So this lady started investigating it and all these people were popping up that had the same genes as him.
Wow.
And they found out that's what he was doing. So people that thought this was my dad,
Yeah.
not their dad. It's this creepy
other
ass
guy.
doctor.
Well, it's their dad.
There's actually an episode of like on NYPD Blue. There was a version of it, but with
So creepy.
with who the hell? John Stamos was actually the doctor doing it.
And you know what happened to the doctor?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yep.
There's no law against that. And the people were like, well,
There's
I
no
feel
law.
like the people
That's
were like,
rape.
I feel like I'm being raped. And they're like, no, you consented to have an artificial insemination. And he just did it with his. And
Yeah.
he went to court and a trial and nothing. They didn't do nothing to him. I think
Yeah.
he paid, and what he went to court for was falsifying documents because they asked him, the attorney general asked him if he did this, and he said no, that he didn't. Like, I'm not their father. And it turned out he was because they did a DNA test on him. And that's the only thing they brought him to trial for was falsifying federal documents. So he got a $500 fine, and that was it.
And that was it. Wow.
I think all the kids should
there was
just
no
storm
law.
his house, man.
Yeah.
I said
child
all these
support.
kids should go back and get child support from him, right?
Yeah.
Back child support.
Yeah, just do a class action lawsuit.
Yep.
Wow.
You
So I'm
destroyed
sure
lives.
there will be a civil trial at some point,
Yeah.
Probably.
but as of now, nothing. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's the kind of guy you.
So the
go-
lady's like,
you
wait a
kill them
minute,
in
if
the
I
street.
spit on you, you can
Assault.
arrest me
That's
for
assault.
And the guy's like, yeah. And she's like, but he's taking his semen and putting it in my body. And he's like, yeah, that's not against the law. I'm just like,
Wow.
what? Yeah, I think the laws need
That's
to be
pretty crazy.
changed. And so as this documentary came out, they found 42 other fertility doctors that did the same thing that this guy did. Like, what the fuck is wrong with men, dude? Like,
So
That's why I
I've been
feel
watching this show called Secrets at Skinwalker Ranch. Are you familiar with Skinwalker Ranch?
I've seen the thing on Netflix. I haven't watched it.
Yeah. So Skinwalker Ranch is this place out in Utah that's along what they call Skinwalker Ridge, which was named by the Utes and the Navajo, in this huge 5-mile span of a mountain ridge
Mm-hmm.
that leads into a valley and then onto some property. 500 acres of this property was owned by this company by this family called Flashers or whatever. I don't know what their last name was. I can't remember. In '95, a billionaire named Bigelow, who owned an aerospace company, got wind that these people have been reporting UFO sightings and all these weird shit's been happening. And it got interest of locals and that kind of stuff, and it got the interest of this millionaire. So this millionaire went out, studied the property for a little bit, bought the property from them, had full investigation done for like 5 years, millions and millions and millions of dollars put into this fucking thing, right? Sells it, doesn't release any of the information. All the information
That's
goes to the
typical.
government. The government was on the property. All the information went to the government. He sells it to this new guy who owns a tech company and a bunch of other companies, another billionaire. Well, this dude bought the property, hired an entire film crew, an entire group of scientists from all over the spectrum. He's got geologists out there. He's got astrophysicists out there. He's got guys with doctorates in electricity and radio and all this shit. He's got all these people out there, and he's been recording it for the last 2 years. They have 2 seasons right now on Amazon. It is the most bizarre shit on the planet. And this astrophysicist and a couple of other scientists are 100% confirmed that what is happening there is a wormhole. And they can't figure out how to see it. Because it depends on how you look at the mountain and what spectrum you look at it in. Infrared, ultraviolet, this other shit they got, depends on how the mountain reacts. The whole area. So they have the ground vibrates for no reason. If you mess with the ground, if you dig, guarantee something's going to happen. They have 40 head of cattle. 2 have died. No reason. Broad daylight, just dead. No idea why they're dead. Years ago, back in the 90s, they were being mutilated surgically. In the middle of the night, they were being cut open and all their organs were being removed. And the farmers were finding them. Their eyeballs were being removed and their tongues. All this shit was being removed from this cattle. And they couldn't figure it. That's why the family sold it to this billionaire. This billionaire bought it, and now he sold it to this other billionaire. Now this dude's out there, and dude, the shit they're seeing, they're 5,000 feet above sea level where they're at, where this ridge is. And then, another 5,000 feet is 10,000 feet above sea level. Somewhere in this range, in the vast of the earth, right there in that spot, nothing electronic works. Nothing. And it emanates radio waves and Bluetooth waves and microwaves and ultraviolet rays at full extent. And they're like, the one scientist is like, listen, he goes, we can do some stuff on Earth, man. He goes, we can do radio waves and we're talking microhertz of what, sending a radio wave out doesn't cost anything. He goes, these are levels that humans haven't achieved yet. He goes, all these levels and you're watching the fucking thing bounce up and down. He's like, this is every spectrum. He goes, this is everything. Audio, ultraviolet. He goes, this is all of it happening at once, all across this mesa, all at the same time. He goes, we don't have power on the planet that can do that. He goes, we haven't developed the technology to do that. He goes, so something is happening. He goes, it's either inside the Earth or it's in our stratosphere and we can't see it. He goes, that there's something here that's causing. They shot a laser. They went. NASA brought them a laser. It shoots to the moon. You can see it on the moon. They shot it at this mesa, and it refracted like it was being shot through a prism. And they're like, why is it breaking into other? They couldn't figure it out. They're watching it every spectrum, ultraviolet. They watched it in infrared, and the laser, when it hits the mountain, it just separates. And they're like, it's just rock. What is happening? Dude, I've watched both seasons probably 4 times now.
What's it called?
It's called Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. But I already knew about it.
Yeah.
Because I watched the other documentary from like 2 years ago when this other millionaire owned it. And it's been, I'm a UFO guy, so I've known about Skinwalker Ranch for years.
That's crazy.
Years.
That's intense.
But it's like, dude, there's lights appear and fly down into the mesa and disappear, or lights will shoot out straight up into the sky, but you can only see them in infrared. So they've been putting everywhere on the 500 acres. They're just putting cameras, fucking everywhere. That's all they're doing. They have a whole team just putting cameras up all day. And there's a dude who sits in a room like this, full of monitors, and that's all they do, 24 hours a day, because they want to catch every fucking thing they can. And they call these dudes. They'll call and be like, "Yo, we got a light. It's coming up over the bridge right now," and they'll fucking sound an alarm. And like these scientists will wake up out of bed and run outside to go shoot it, to find it, to try to figure it out.
Jeez.
And it happens during the day, dude. The UFOs fly past that place during the day. They're just like, what is that? And this astrophysicist guy is just like, he's like, I'm a scientist. He's like, I can't explain anything on this fucking place. He goes, the ground is magnetic. They dug 6 feet into the ground, dropped a piece of metal, and it went bunk into the side of the fucking rock. It didn't touch the ground. It went boom. Before it hit the ground, it touched the earth. It went sideways in the hole.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They did it with a tape measure.
Yeah.
He like stuck it in the hole, and it would go bink or bink, bink. He goes, it's magnetic. He's like digging it up. He's like, this sand, magnetic. I don't know how that happened. How does that happen? And it's like really like all these guys, and these are like people who are well known in their industries. They got geologists out there trying to figure out.
It's a phenomenon.
They're finding petroglyphs and shit, and they're trying to figure out what all that shit means. Like, they have no idea. But the theory, this is what everyone truly believes. The Utes and the Navajos got in a huge fight when America was being formed. The Utes sided with the whites, I guess. What were they called back then? The colony? They sided with the colonists. Yeah. And they started enslaving the Navajo. Well, the Navajo are super spiritual people.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, fine. We curse this entire land.
Yeah.
We curse it. All of it. It'll kill you. You come on this land, you're going to die. And they curse the land. And that's why it's called Skinwalker Ranch. There's supposed to be a demon who lives on the ranch. There's other things. There's houses that people built on the ranch who were living, like renting property and shit. Can't live in their houses because it's haunted. Knocking on their walls, under their basement, in the fucking attics. And they go to sleep at night and their fucking door would rip off the front of their house. Wow. Like, this is all documented shit, dude. And you're just watching this and you're like, how do we live on a planet? How do we think that we know everything? And there's literally guys who are doctors and scientists on this property on Earth right now who have no idea how any of it's working, because when you get to a certain spot, nobody's compasses work. Or they were at one spot and this dude's phone, he's looking at it and he's like, look, he goes, someone's hacking into my phone right now. And you saw go in, it put in his fucking password, and then went into his fucking shit and started going through his files. So instead of like trying to stop it, they fucking put all their equipment on it. And they're like, track the signal.
Yep.
Straight up. Straight up.
It's weird. It's weird.
They think there's something there. Either a dimension we can't see that can interact with us right here in this spot, or they think it's a wormhole. This one dude's really trying to base Einstein's theory around the property.
Well, they said I guess our stratosphere is expanding now. Like, it's like we're getting out of the Milky Way. It's weird. I heard
what?
about it.
Our universe?
Yeah, our universe. I heard that our universe is expanding, and like all these
Makes
scientists
sense.
are like,
everything's moving away.
Yeah, everything's moving away. They're like,
right.
Everyone's all freaking out. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Like, this is weird. So
it's coming close, man. There's an end coming, bro. I feel it. There's like there's a thing. Either the world's gonna explode or get hit by a rock, or
no. I believe that. I believe like we are the last bit of this civilization. Like,
yeah, we're gonna have to get off planet.
That's it.
And I think these billionaires, Bezos, Musk, I think they know all this shit. I think they already know it. They know it because they're smart and they're billionaires. And money. What's money buy you?
Everything.
Information. Money buys you information. If I was a billionaire, I want to know. I'd be like, yo, find out who knows the most about UFOs and get them on the phone or fly them to me. And then I had meetings with like Michio Kaku. I'd have meetings with fucking George Kakalakabase from fucking ancient. I'd have all these meetings constantly with these people, because then that's why they're building rockets.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we're out. Shit is about to get crazy. We got to get off planet. And these billionaires are like, the only way we're gonna get off planet is we got to get people off the planet.
Yeah, it's
There's no other reason to want to get off the planet faster than the billionaires know something we don't know.
I'm telling you that the fact that like our stratosphere is expanding, and everything is breaking apart, like the sky's about to crack, man. It is.
I feel it.
Open.
I feel it, man. I think that's what everybody's on edge about.
Yeah, it's about to crack open.
What about you? You've been quiet. Did you fall asleep?
I'm pretty chill, man.
Yeah.
Now
happens. What are you gonna do about it?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gas is going up. What are you gonna do about it?
So what's the what? So I'll say this, and like I don't know when you guys in or whatever. But
We end when Tony says.
yeah, soon I would think.
So I asked, so what's the one thing that you want? If you can change anything, like in your community or within the world, what is one thing that you wanna see change if you had the opportunity?
What do you mean?
Like,
Is this like some philosophical question?
in a way, I mean, it could be.
If I could
the
change
industry.
one thing in the world?
No, one thing in your community. Let's make it personal. One thing in your community.
Oh man.
I wish we had a theater we could show our movies.
I'd like to. I don't know, man. I mean, who the fuck knows? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that because I don't know what I can offer the community to help change it.
I think everyone in the community should be educated. I think they have the right to be. I mean, there's too much poor in our community too.
Yeah.
Too much porn?
Poor.
Oh, I thought you said porn.
Too many poor people in our community. And that goes directly with our education system because our education system here in Florida is awful.
Bad. It's bad.
Awful.
It's the worst.
Yeah. So I think what we need to do is fix that.
I thought he said porn.
Well,
I was
you
like,
got
how
porn
could
on the
there be
mind.
too much porn.
Oh, there's never enough porn. No, but I think education is the number one reason for the amount of poor people we have in our area.
Yeah.
And I think that really just, is just a breeding ground for uneducated and ignorance of people.
Yeah.
And I think that if we educate them and let them understand the way the world is going and how the world evolves and what's going on, they would be more inclined to make it better and, try to get out of that regular 9 to 5 or just get out of the poorhouse or off the system. And I think that'd be the one thing I would change. I would make sure that the community is educated to get themselves out of that poor situation or negative situation.
As a father, I have a lot to say about local education.
Yeah.
Public schools.
Yeah.
It sucks.
They're overwhelmed.
Yes.
They have to deal with.
They shouldn't have to be.
Well, that's the problem is that there's not enough teachers.
Well, because they pay them like crap. They don't want to be a teacher.
Let's just go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Do they really pay teachers like crap?
Yeah.
They work
Yes.
9 months.
They do.
Listen, dude.
They do.
But they work 9 months.
I'm right there with you. I understand that, but
They have your children all day.
I know that.
You don't want your children fucking 4 hours of the day. You want to be with them for fucking 9 hours?
no.
Yes, they make a lot of money, and they're teaching our children stuff they need to know.
Yeah, they're
And the
responsible
problem
for
is
molding
that
their minds.
There's poor
On the future.
education because there's no teachers, and there's no teachers because there's poor education. These kids aren't inspired to be teachers anymore.
Yeah.
Used to be kids wanted to be teachers and doctors and lawyers. They don't want to do that
Placement.
shit anymore.
Nope.
Now they want to do is TikTok and fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
They
always
just-
said
that's it.
people,
So-
everybody should be a genius because you can find the answer to anything in 1 second. But everybody's too busy watching shit, people fall down and selfies and all this other shit instead of using what we have at our fingertips, all the information in the world to be better, to learn.
So, how often do you just stop and read Google?
Read Google?
Yeah, how often do you Google?
No, I'm
something?
saying if there's something I don't know,
Yeah.
I will look it up and try to find the answer.
The issue is that, okay, prime example, my daughter's class, I think, is 32 students. There's 2 teachers. One in the first 3 hours, another one comes in, and then they get a little bit of space. But teachers only get lunch, and that's it. And they work until 6. They're there at 7 in the morning, and they work till 6 at night.
They got a great. They can do a great.
Yeah, so they deserve every ounce of money that they make, and they deserve more than that. Because not only that, let's take 32 of these kids now. Throw them up on the wall. You got 32 kids. Take fucking 6 of those kids and make them intolerable. Take 4 more and give them some sort of deficiency. Take 3 more and give them some sort of autoimmune problem. Now you got a teacher who's dealing with troubled kids, kids who have some sort of learning disability, autism, ADHD, ADD, whatever. And then you got some other kids over here that can't breathe right, and fucking this kid gets migraines every day. You have all that they have to deal with. Then you have your troubled kids, like my 10-year-old daughter who's autistic. You can't put her in a public school.
Yeah.
You can't put her in a public class because they don't understand autism, and other kids don't understand autism. We live with it every day in my house, and my son still doesn't understand that you can't talk to Mia like you talk to everybody else.
Yep.
Because she's autistic. It doesn't matter that she's having a tantrum right now. Don't ignore it. She's autistic. That's what happens. That's what they do. Ignore it. She's going to scream and yell for the next 10 minutes, and she's going to fucking pass out. That's what happens. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. A normal teacher can't handle that shit, and they don't have time to go get special education because you got to get ADA therapy and shit. You get licensed to handle kids like that, right? I know this because Jeremy has a fucking group home, which I trained to be a nurse at his group home. I trained all this shit, mainly to deal with Mia because I didn't know how to deal with her. We had to take her out of normal public school, and now she's in a school called Sanders Developmental School for children. Yeah, whatever. It's a prison. When she walks into school, because she's so aggressive when she has her outburst, when she walks in, there's a plate glass window, and 2 teachers come out of an automatic door, who both stand guard. Then a guard comes out who's armed. Then they wand her down. Her hoodie is not allowed to have a hood on it because they will use that to choke each other to death with. They'll grab you by the back of the hood. She's not allowed to have a hood. They only have 5 kids in her class. She's the only female in her grade level at this school because education and the ability to teach and have teachers is so thin because no one's studying to be teachers.
Yep.
And that's the problem.
Yep.
And these teachers can't handle people like Mia. Now they got to handle thought. There was already, my daughter was going to an elementary school, a public elementary school. And I know what a problem she was. She was in the office every day. Now, there was also 10 other kids in the office every day. When I went to go see what happened with Mia today, there was the same other kids all there from other classes because they're all developmentally disabled. But normal teachers don't know how to handle that shit.
No.
Normal school principals don't know what to do. They were taking our daughter, unbeknownst to us, and putting her out in the back of the school in a portable with one other teacher and nothing else. No desks, no chairs, an empty portable, and one teacher and my daughter. That's what they were doing with her because they didn't know what to fucking do with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they never told us. I found out because finally one of the counselors was like, she found out, and she called me, and she's like, I just found out that Mia goes to a portable every day and sits there for 2 hours, and there's nothing in the portable.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you mean? I was like, there's no desks or chairs? Nope. It's an empty portable and one other teacher, and Mia has to sit on the floor for 2 hours. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
She's a 10-year-old girl.
This is our education system.
Yeah.
It's our education system.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And, and another thing, because I'm dealing with my niece and nephews and stuff, so, I went through a certain way of learning, and they tried to pin a disability on me.
Me
but
too.
It didn't work, and I was way smarter than what they seemed to be. But the problem is that what they'll do in these schools is that they'll separate you, and that's what they do to make you comprehend. Oh, there is something wrong with me, but you're actually on a different spectrum. And when I was talking to one of my friends who is a teacher now, and I was telling her everything that I was going through, she was like, "Oh, well, we actually integrated that into our school, and actually, kids are excelling." So I was telling her, I was like, "So I was smart this whole entire time?" She was like, "Pretty much, yeah." So
You're like, I've always been smart.
I've always been smart. So I was like, I was intelligent. I really was, and I always knew that it was. But there's a two-edged sword. It always started at home, and I'm glad you did take the education to learn about your daughter.
Yeah.
Because most parents
Don't. They won't.
They don't. They're like, "Oh man, my kid is out of control."
I read it all day. There's a whole board on Facebook for DMDD, which is a syndrome that Mia has. And I read horror stories of what has happened, and I'm just like, my daughter's not like that. And it must be because I took the time to learn how to train.
Yeah.
How to handle it.
Yeah.
How to handle it. So to me, I feel like with any disabilities or anything like that, like I feel like there is homework that the parent needs to do, but needs to be aware that they need to do it, because that's the problem. Because they don't think they need to do it because they're the parent. It's like, oh, I'm the parent, I should know better. No, you don't. You don't know, so you need to educate yourself. So there are situations that I'm seeing with my niece and nephews, and it's just the fact that there's no real thing, because I went through it. I'm coaching my mom to look out for her grandkids and say, hey, these are things that you need to shift with them because they learn different. Now, all of them were smart. They're all in advanced classes and everything, but they're all different things that are going on with them. So,
yeah.
Like
That's
it's
education in America, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
it needs to be changed. Man.
Medical and education.
Yep. Mental stability. And, mental health.
Back to ending on a happy note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Society.
Did you ever see Society?
Yes.
Movie?
Yes. Oh
That
yeah.
is so fucking weird.
But yeah, this has been cool.
Thanks for coming out,
Thanks
man.
for coming on, man.
Brian Williams, thank you for joining us on Killer Collab Podcast. My name is Tone Deaf and Florida Tony D.
Tony
Chris
D.
Lato, Joe Davison,
What's up?
Brian Williams. Thank you so much.
RagerStudios.com.
See you next week.
Easy, baby.
Bye.